Hello ASL students, Professor Stamps here. I wanted to share with you some information here at the end of the semester. First, I want to congratulate you all on completing a most difficult and most surreal semester during a historic pandemic. And I want to share with you some common errors that I noticed on the final exam. Obviously, I didn't have the time to share with students individual feedback on their exams, but I just wanted to share some of the recurring patterns that I noticed on the tests. First, for the 101 exam, one of the errors that I saw a lot was a lot of students, they were switching handedness between their strong hand. They were switching which hand they were using as their strong hand on the exam, specifically while signing their grade, their year in school, or while indexing. So, for example, the standard way in ASL to sign your year in school would look something like this. I, college, senior, or freshman. And what a lot of students signed on their test, they would switch handedness when signing the year in school. They would sign I, college, and then on their strong hand, they would list that, which isn't standard ASL. Same thing with indexing. A lot of students would sign something along the lines of my favorite food, using their right hand as their strong hand, and instead of the signing or indexing the standard way, list of 3, for example, this and this, students were signing my favorite food, and then on the strong hand they were listing like that, which isn't standard ASL. Also, in way of the order of items, you want to make sure that you start out towards the thumb and then you list the downwards. There were some students, they were starting down here and then working their way up towards the thumb. So something to be aware of. Another common error on the 101 exams is that a lot of students, they were confusing the signs for I, which is with the index finger pointing at the center of the chest, at the sternum I, and my, with the open palm there, possessive, so my. And there were a few students, they were also, they seemed to not be aware of which hand shape to use, like they would sign something like I or I. So I, or me, is with the index finger, and my or mine is with the open palm there. For the 102 exams, some students struggled with temporal inflection. For example, with the sign for eat, for continuous temporal inflection, it would look, well, first of all, the uninflected form, eat, or food, and the continuous temporal inflection would look like this. And recurring temporal inflection for eat would look something like this. Eat, 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 with the back and forth motion. Similarly, with recurring temporal inflection, the sign for walk, because it doesn't lend itself well to a back and forth motion, you can rely on the time-related sign like every day, and then when signing the verb walk, you would repeat the sign itself, sign it multiple times like this. Walk, walk, walk. Also, to the 102 students, I want to let you know that the university does offer ASL 201 and 202, but they only schedule those courses when they feel that they have enough students to sign up for them. So if you are interested in signing up for those courses, please let me know so I can talk to the department chair about scheduling them in upcoming semesters. And for everyone, there will be an ASL 255 course offered in winter term 2022. That will be a Deaf Culture Studies class, not a class specifically about the language ASL. Also, I want to share with everyone some of the feedback that I received on the anonymous surveys at the end of the exam. Students, some of the things that they said they liked were the use of breakout rooms, also the ability to see me in class on a close-up angle because we were learning remotely, the ability to see me up close instead of across a classroom. A lot of students said that they liked that the class sessions were all recorded so that students could review them or attend asynchronously as needed. And a lot of students, they surprised me in saying they really appreciated the chat feature because they had a difficult time being in the spotlight, and they appreciated the ability to more discreetly chat or type their responses there. In way of constructive feedback, some of the input I received was students would have liked more feedback on tests individually, and also more opportunities to practice the language and interact with their classmates. And also students would like to have a way to have grades online. So I want to thank you very much for all your feedback, and I'm going to see how much of those suggestions I can implement moving forward towards spring term. Lastly,